What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to Sportskeeda MMA News. Lightweight GOAT Khabib Nurmagomedov thinks Islam Makhachev will make easy work of Charles Oliveira. Michael Chandler is looking to fight all the top lightweights except for Dustin Poirier. Alexander the Great wants to be Alexander the GOAT. Tony Ferguson makes an example of Daniel Cormier on how not to make weight for a fight. And Pat Barry responds to Sean Strickland's grooming allegations. All this and more on today's edition of Sportskeeda MMA News. If you see any of your favorite fighters mentioned in today's video, make sure to blast that like button. Let's get started. The question on many fans' minds after a dominant main event finish at UFC 274 is, who's next for Charles Oliveira? Oliveira submitted Justin Gaethje in just under a round, proving to the MMA world that he is the real deal, or in Oliveira's words, illuminated by God. The number 4 pound-for-pound fighter, however, is missing his shiny belt due to a sketchy weigh-in miss. He is also missing his next opponent, but Khabib Nurmagomedov has that covered. Khabib believes teammate and the number 4 ranked Islam Makhachev deserves the next title shot and already made a prediction on how that fight would pan out. Here's what he said on his Instagram story. My prediction is maximum 3 rounds. No matter how good he is, Islam is better than him. Just remember these words. A stone cold summary from the man who retired at 29-0 after choking out Justin Gaethje. The daddest man on the planet, Daniel Cormier, also recently spoke about this potential matchup and believes it is absolutely the next fight to make.
You make Charles versus Islam right away. I think that because Benil's injured, you go right away to the fight between Islam versus Charles Oliveira in Abu Dhabi in October. There's a fight already scheduled for Abu Dhabi in October. You take those two over there, you let those guys fight and figure out who's the greatest lightweight in the world. Look, Charles is the number 1 lightweight in the world right now after last week and after what he has done. But for so long, many people are saying it's Islam Makhachev. Let's match it up in October.
After finishing Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje in under 12 months, the 33-8 Oliveira is now debated among MMA fans as having a better resume than Khabib. The 22-1 Islam Makhachev has finished his last 4 opponents in a little over a year, including gifted grappler Thiago Moises and most recently Bobby Green on short notice. He might very well be Khabib's successor to the lightweight throne. Vegas certainly thinks so. Makhachev is currently listed as a negative 150 favorite to defeat Oliveira. Do you think Khabib's prediction is accurate? Leave a comment down below and you might be featured in tomorrow's video. Dustin Poirier is still looking for a fight, and after UFC 274, the top lightweights refused to call him out. After Michael Chandler punted Tony Ferguson's chin into orbit, he called for a rematch with Gaethje or Oliveira and then called out Conor McGregor for a fight at 170. After disallowing Justin Gaethje's second shot at winning UFC gold, Charles Oliveira also called out Conor McGregor. And a certain purveyor of Louisiana hot sauce feels left out. Here's what Dustin Poirier said on Twitter. I'm trying to fight all these guys. Then he targeted Michael Chandler. Pull up, muscle boy. However, the man who produced one of the most vicious knockouts inside the octagon doesn't think that that fight's even worth it for him. Here's what Chandler had to say about Poirier on the MMA Hour.
I was completely disregarded and pushed aside whenever I came into the organization. He completely disregarded me, completely, acted as though I didn't deserve to be where I was. And so maybe it's a little bit more of a personal issue. Is Dustin a draw? I guess he is the number 2 guy, but he's kind of just stayed at number 2. I don't know how active he's going to be. But I did see that he tweeted that I was saying everybody else's name but his, as if I was, maybe didn't want to fight him because of, technical reasons or whatnot. But that was more just I forgot about him, to be honest with you. But as of right now, I don't really have a desire to fight him.
A harsh snub from the 23-7 Michael Chandler, who has done it all in his 4-fight stint in the UFC, including a fight of the year against Justin Gaethje, but the lightweight strap still eludes him. The 28-7 Dustin Poirier is coming off 2 TKO wins over Conor McGregor, but could not secure the strap against Charles Oliveira. Maybe Uncle Dana wants Poirier to face another unsung lightweight hero, Beneil Dariush? Who should Dustin Poirier fight next? How many times does Alexander Volkanovski have to pummel your favorite fighter before he gets respect? The 24-1 Volkanovski is a legend killer. Jose Aldo, Max Holloway twice, and now the Korean Zombie. He is steadily cementing himself as one of the greatest fighters regardless of weight class. Recently, Volkanovski spoke about his upcoming trilogy fight with Max Holloway at UFC 276, but he seems confident he can run through the former two-time champion and move on to bigger and better things. Here's what Volkanovski had to say.
I'm looking at them and I see great opportunities in that fight. I don't look at this as that big of a challenge. I plan on doing my thing, get that #1 pound for pound, get that GOAT status. I want to go for that double champ status. Believe me, it ain't going to be as hard as what some people think it's going to be to do. I'm moving up soon. I'm going to go out here, like I go out there and do what I plan on doing in 7 weeks. Everyone's going to be wanting that. If I don't have happening in my division, I'm telling you, I'm going to have my eyes in it.
But Max Holloway wasn't just blessed with his accolades. The 23-6 Holloway is coming off 2 bloody beatdowns over contenders Calvin Kattar and Yair Rodriguez, and does not plan to drop another to his nemesis in Volkanovski. Do you think Holloway will shut down Volkanovski's plans of UFC greatness? If you've spotted a recent kukui prowling your Twitter feed, it's not a boogeyman, it's just Tony Ferguson. Recently, Ferguson has been on a social media spree after his unfortunate loss at UFC 274. Most of his tweets have just been standard replies to loyal fans mixed with the occasional troll. He decided to call out former double champion Daniel Cormier over his infamous towel trick that allegedly helped Cormier make weight for his fight at UFC 210. Here's what Ferguson had to say. How not to make weight, ladies and gentlemen. Should have stripped him like they did, Charles de Bronx. Shout out to all those doing it right and keeping the sport clean. Champ only, #cutting weight, feeling great, at ESPN MMA. This immediately prompted a response from Cormier, who said, Tony, please stop. Go and sit for a little while, tuck your head in a hole somewhere, regroup man, recover, spend some time with your family, like just please stop. I plead with you, it is not a good look. Like you're making me sad. Ferguson fired back. Lay off the yay, buddy. Not a good look. You make yourself look sad. I'm already back to work. I don't quit like you. Enjoy your retirement with fathead. Champ shit only. And Cormier ended the exchange with this. Okay, Tony, now you're reaching. Are you saying I do cocaine? I'm so confused right now. I don't know why you're after me. Get Michael Chandler. He's the one who kicked your face, not me. After 4 straight losses, the 26-7 Ferguson now has to think about where his career goes from here. Does Tony Ferguson try to recapture the glory from his 12-fight mauling of the lightweight division, or does he reinvent himself and move up to 170? Only El Kukui can answer that. What do you think prompted Tony Ferguson to blast DC? While you're still here, subscribe to Sportskeeda MMA and hit that bell. And last but not least, former UFC heavyweight Pat Barry is not happy about recent allegations from everyone's favorite psychopath, Sean Strickland. Last month, Sean Strickland shined a light on a dark and underreported part of MMA, male coaches grooming their female fighters. While Strickland initially alleged that bantamweight Aspen Ladd was being groomed by her coach and partner Jim West, he then took a shot at Rose Namajunas' fiance Barry, calling him the Weinstein of MMA. Here is Pat Barry's response to Strickland from a recent interview with Ariel Helwani.
This whole Sean Strickland thing that's all over the place everywhere. Years ago, Rose did an interview, and in the interview she said, I joined Rufus Sport when I was 14 years old, and then I left Rufus Sport for a few years, and then I came back to Rufus Sport to pursue my MMA career, and this is where I met my fiance, Pat Barry. And when the guy wrote the interview up, he wrote, Rose Namajunas joined Rufus Sport when she was 14 years old, where she met her fiance, Pat Barry, when she was 14 years old. That's where everybody's getting all this from, a botched interview.
What do you think of Pat Barry's comments? That about does it for Sportskeeda MMA news. Here are some of the best comments from today. 0 wins. That cowboy fight might as well have never happened. In 5 years, but sure. Everyone has a plan until they get their back against the cage. Khabib Tyson. UFC, please release Bilal and Arlovski with him as a bonus. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share. Your comments could be featured in the next Sportskeeda MMA news video. We always deliver daily content, so make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on anything going on in the MMA world. For updates, quotes, and exclusive interviews from all your favorite fighters, follow Sportskeeda MMA on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for tuning in.